what's up you guys? Welcome back to the Kordial Media YouTube channel. My name is Adriana and I run the Pinterest marketing agency Kordial Media, where we offer services that revolve all around Pinterest marketing to help Shopify e-commerce businesses and influencers drive traffic and sales utilizing Pinterest. In today's video, I am going to show you how to use carousel pins for your promoted pins. So I'm going to teach you how to create them, and I'm going to give you tips and tricks on how to best utilize them for the sake of strategizing properly when it comes to your promoted pins and driving the most conversions with the carousel pins. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit the big red subscribe button and to hit the bell to be notified every single time I post a new video here on the Kordial Media YouTube channel. Of course, it really helps when you support my channel and give this video a like if you do enjoy it too. Without further ado, let's dive into the video. First things first, are carousel pins worth testing within your promoted pins? I'm sure you've heard of video pins and of static pins, both of which you can absolutely test and are worth testing within your campaigns. They're pretty much the bedrock of Pinterest ads for the time being. But carousel pins are kind of the underdog. We don't really hear much about them, but they could be worth testing. Long term, there's going to also be idea pins that you can use for promoted pins, which I think will also add so much value. But when we have more data behind those and when more ad accounts are allowed to test idea pins for their Pinterest ads, I will then create a video for that as well. But for now, let's talk about carousel pins. Carousel pins, I've been testing for a few clients and they hold their own in their own way. They just have to be created strategically and in the best way possible to drive those conversions for your business. Now, what is really a carousel pin? It's a pin that contains multiple images, one after the other, that you can put in a group as one pin itself. So when the pinner stumbles upon your carousel and they click it, they can look through quite a few images before they decide if they want to buy something or click on the link to go check it out. Keep in mind that carousel pins are only utilizing pictures or graphics. You cannot put multiple videos within a carousel pin. Pinterest will not allow that to happen. So the question really is, should you promote one product within a carousel pin with different pictures of that product, or should you promote multiple products within one carousel? My answer to you is to test both. And that is because you never know what's gonna work for your business. My main advice here though is never to link to a collections page. You wanna link to product pages. So if you're doing a carousel pin all about one product, that carousel pin should showcase different angles of the product. It should represent different lifestyle images utilizing the product, because you want to show pinners how they can utilize your product within their life as well. Let's say you have a carousel pin for one product with 5 different images. That entire carousel should link to that one product. If you are promoting a carousel pin with multiple products in it, so each image is a different product, then each image should have its own link to that corresponding product. It should not go, that entire carousel pin should not go to a collections page. You can test the collections page. I won't tell you that it never works, but it doesn't seem to work as effectively as linking to a specific product. This is just from experience and from testing carousel pins and different pins, linking to collection pages versus product pages. At the end of the day, the conversions seem to come the majority of the time from the product pages. The only time that I would advise you to use a collection page would be if you have very limited stock of every single product that you're promoting. What are the Pinterest best practices when it comes to the designing the creatives of these carousel pins? For one, like I mentioned, if you're promoting a carousel pin for one product, so it's got multiple images of that one product, show different angles, show the lifestyle part of it, have super beautiful, engaging, inspiring images. I mean, Pinterest is all about inspiring their pinners. So if your images inspire your pinners, you have a higher likelihood of getting those conversions too. From the technical aspect of it, you want it to be just like all the other pin graphics that you've ever created for Pinterest. They should respect the same dimensions, which is 2 to 3. So in Canva, I use 1000 by 1500. They should have branding, so your logo or your website on your carousel pins. You should have a call to action on your carousel pins. You should have text overlay that's engaging as well on your carousel pins. So those best practices hold for all pins that you create, carousel pins included, but you can play with where you put all these elements on a carousel pin. So you can choose to put all those elements on every single slide. So for example, you can put the branding, the text overlay, and the call to action on every single slide of your carousel pin. Or you can mix it up. You can put like the call to action on the last slide. You can put the text overlay, like an engaging text overlay on the first slide. You know, you can put your branding on all the slides. You can mix it up and you can test different types of carousels to see what work best for your business and your products. All right, so I'm going to show you in the computer exactly how you can create a carousel pin for your business, as well as how to add it within a campaign. A carousel pin design all starts with creating it on Canva or Photoshop or whatever tool that you like to use. So over here, I'm gonna go and create a design. There's gonna be 1000 by 1500 that I write. It populates as the suggested Pinterest pin dimensions because that's what Pinterest wants the dimensions to be. And it'll open up like this. So now we're creating a carousel, right? So let's say you can add between, let's say 3 and 5 images. I think you can probably add up to 10 images per carousel pin, but I don't recommend that many images. I think 3 to 5 is a good number. So let's say like I'm advertising or trying to sell this leather jacket, okay? And I have 3 pictures that I shot for this leather jacket. So I will add it to these 3 slides. So we know for a fact that these are the right dimensions for all of the slides, which is great. Next, we want to add all the elements that Pinterest wants us to add. So that means adding engaging text overlay on the first slide, or it could be on all the slides too, as long as there's text overlay. Next, you want your branding. I think the branding is best to be on all 3 slides. So let's just add it here for the sake of it. And then you want to add a call to action. If you want, you can add all 3 of these elements on all the slides, but that would be helpful if you're advertising a different product per slide. But in this case, because we're advertising the same product across 3 slides, then spreading out the elements is applicable and works just fine here. So call to action, and that's it. Like something like shop our collection or shop our trendy leather jackets. And then for the engaging text overlay, it could be something like fall leather jackets, or I don't know, want to look cool this fall, check out our leather jackets. You know, that's a bit long, but that's just an idea of what kind of text overlay you can add. Over here, you can add more text overlay with a cute little sentence if you want. And then the last slide should definitely have a call to action to go ahead and shop the product. Now, the thing is that they will add the same, you can choose between adding the same link for all 3 slides or a different link per slide. But at the end of the day, people can click depending on what slide they're on. So that's why you might want to also consider adding a call to action on every single slide. This is up to you, and this is something that you should test, that I recommend you test for your business and for your different products. If you are totally confused as how to create beautiful pin graphics for your business, my graphic designer created 3 free Canva templates that you can download in the description box below. They're completely customizable and they tell you exactly where to add all the elements on all of your graphics so you can see it visually and understand exactly what Pinterest wants your creatives to look like. Let's upload our carousel pin within a campaign. So under ads, obviously once you've logged into your Pinterest account, you'll go create ad, and then you will select, you know, any campaign type that you want to go after. Let's just use consideration for only traffic for the sake of this example. And then I'm going to click continue. And then down here where it says ads, you want to scroll down. And this is where you can upload your ad and create your ad at the same time. So once you click the drag and drop, if you go to downloads, I will select all 3 and it will open as a carousel. So it actually is the option, but I'm going to select the carousel and then create pin. And there you go. Like all you do is you add a title, you select a board, you add a description, add an alt text, your link, Now you notice here where it says use the same text and URL for each image. If you are promoting the same product across all 3 images for your carousel, keep this on. If you are not, if you unclick it, then you can change where are the other images? You can change the link for the other images too, okay? But that is only useful if you are promoting a different product per image within your carousel. So that's how you upload it and add it into your campaign. You can also upload it the regular way and then add it to your campaign later. So if you go create pin, just like that, title, for the sake of this example, I'm not gonna fully write anything. Website, use the same text and URL for each image, and then publish. It will create a pin for you, okay? And then you can go back in your ad and add it. So I'm gonna show you how to do that once it uploads. Under add, create ad. It's gonna ask me if I wanna resume. I'm going to resume my work. So if I go back into the ad group under ads, here is my carousel pin. So I can click it and then it'll show up down here as my carousel. Now you see how the destination is the same for each slide, but if it were a different product, the destination would be different for each slide. Now this counts as one ad because it's one carousel pin, but they recommend you add up to 4 creatives. So you could do 4 carousels. You can be daring and do a mix of carousel pins, video pins, and static pins. Normally the rule of thumb is to keep your video pins separate from your static images, but for some clients, mixing the 2 works well. So that's up to you, and that's something that you should consider testing as well. If you'd like an expert like myself to look over your promoted pins, or you're intrigued about utilizing Pinterest ads for your business, feel free to book a meeting with me in the description box below. It's totally free. We talk about your Pinterest account and we see whether or not you and I are a good fit to work together. Leave me a comment if you have a question regarding anything that was mentioned in this video as well. And on that note, I will wish you a wonderful rest of your day and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.